Hi guys, and welcome to Unity tutorial of a random number generator lottery game. So I'm going to start by just demonstrating how that works. Check that out, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys back to C# development environment, and I'm going to create another one. So let's start by clicking on new, and let's select, I'm going to select 2D, and right here I'll just give it a name. I'll call it lottery number. There we go. And I'm going to click on save. There. Now the system is generating itself. Okay guys, the development environment is ready. So the very first thing I'm going to do is right click on the hierarchy area. Let's go straight into UI, and we want to select panel. There we go. That's our panel right there. Now the next thing that I want to do is let's just position the panel properly so that you guys can see that. Let's bring it right down here. There we go. All right, so right click inside the panel, and I'm going to add. Let's first of all add an image. So come right in here, you see where we have that, add an image there. And this image, I'm just going to stretch it to cover the panel as such. There. So I'm going to even get that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make sure it is centered. I believe it's centered anyway. Let's just run it and see. Yeah, that's cool. Now let's do one more thing. So right click here and let's add a text box. And I'm going to go to legacy and just click on text. So I have a text in there. I'm going to type in there lottery number generator. There we go. Now let's increase the font size to something we can see. I'm going to make that about 80 and come right here and make it bold. Just drag this. I want it to be right there. And let's click on this alignment. Let's get it centered. There we go. So that's my lottery number generator. Next, I'm going to right click on the panel and create another text box. So come in here and just add one text box, or I can just, you can copy this if you want. The choice is yours. You can just go to duplicate and you have your duplicate there. You can drag your duplicate right down here, but I don't want it that large. So get rid of the text content I have inside the duplicated one, and I'm going to reduce the size of the duplicate to 160 by 160 there. And let's just align it right here somewhere. Okay, the problem is you might not be able to see, but if I type in something in there, you can see that. And let's make sure it's centered as well. That's the duplicated one. Okay, so that is the duplicated one. Now let's do one thing. You see, with the duplicated one, we have to copy that. So notice it's 160 by 160. Delete the value we have in there, and I just want to select it, be able to select it and see. That is it right here, but I cannot see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like add something here. Let me add an image there. I'm going to right click, add an image, so that I can see the duplicated one itself. I guess that's not necessary, so let's just copy it. We copy the duplicated one instead of making things complicated. That is the duplicated one. So this very one, I'm going to call it txt lot 1. Txt lot 1. That is good. So txt lot 1, I'm going to fix that somewhere here. So I'm coming here, just make sure it's right here. Okay, so right click on TXT Lotto 1 and let's create another one. That will be TXT Lotto 2. Bring that here. Another one, that's TXT Lotto 3 and another one. Okay, duplicate. That will be Lotto number 4. Now we have TXT Lotto 5. And we're going to have TXT Lotto number 6. Duplicate Lotto 6. Okay, I have all of them in there, but as you know, maybe we should actually do something with these images. So I can't see it. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. But first of all, let me just change the names. That is number 2 right there. We have 2. We have 3, 4, 5. That's changing the name to TXT Lotto 5. And the last one will be TXT Lotto number 6. 6. Okay, that's cool. Now, let's right click on the panel. I'm going to go back to my legacy here. UI, go to legacy and let's add a button. The button is right underneath here. Increase the font within the button. There's a text box inside the button. Click on that. And let's change that to the Lotto number. Okay, I'm going to increase the font to maybe about 70. And I also need to increase the size of that. But first of all, let's go for this font style is bold. And let's get it aligned center. Select that very button. You can change the name to BTN Lotto. There we go. Now, BTN Lotto, we need to make sure it is. Okay, let's just get it centered there. But the thing is, this we need to increase the size of this very button. That is the button there. So let's increase the size to 160 by 160. Okay, that's the height. The width, we need to increase that. So let me make that about 800 and see. All right, that's not bad. So that's the button sorted. Okay, you can select, you see, you can select the button just for it to indicate to us when it's being clicked. You see, normal color is white highlight. Let's change the highlight color to something grayish. And when it's pressed, let's change it to something whitish red, something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if I run it now, you might not be able to see, you won't be able to see the text box here, but they're all there. But there we go. The highlighter is working, so end that. Now, for all the text box we have in here, don't worry, we will take care of those. I may have to add an image to each individual. Okay, let's just do that now. Let's go back to UI and just add image. There, I've just added an image there. I'm going to change the color of that image to, I'm going to say 95, 158, and 160. That is shaded blue. All right, and change the size of it to, make sure it's centered. All right, change it to 160 by 160 as well. 160 by 160. All right, that's very good. And I'm going to place that right above the very first text box. Okay, so the very text box is right here. So let's move that to the very first text box. This is it here. Well, first of all, let me hide all of this so that they're not on the way anymore. Okay, this is who I want to deal with. This very image here. Oh no, this one I'm dealing with. There we go. Enable text box 1. Okay. and bring this guy right there. There we go. So text box 1 is enabled. Enable text box number 2. And let's make sure it's selected. That is it right there. So I'm going to make this the child of that very image. But let's copy the image first. Right click, duplicate, and bring it right on number 2. Another one. Bring it right here on top of 3. And another one. That will be for number 4. And another one. That will be for number 5. And one more. And that will be for number 6. All right. One other thing I'm going to do is for each of these images that I've just added, I'm going to just change the name so that I don't make any mistakes. So that will be image lot 1. So IMG Lotto 1. Okay, that's Lotto number 1. The next one is going to be for Lotto number 2. This one will be for Lotto number 3. And this will be for Lotto number 4. Lotto number 5. And finally, Lotto number 6. There. And guess what? Every single text box, I want to make them a child of that very image. The reason being so that it won't confuse us. That's all. Okay, make this one the child of the image 3. Enable this. Make it the child of image number 4. And number 5, enable number 5. Make it the child of image numbers 5. Enable that. Make it the child of image number 6. And the button. Bring the button back to life. Okay, that's how it all looks now. Now, let's get hold of image number 2. Select that. We need where that is. And I'm just going to drag it away from there. Okay, selected, drag. We have number 2. Now select number 3. Just drag it as well. You see, it's now much better. It used to be confusing before. We have 4 and 5. Brilliant. And 6. So we can now see each of these text box. I should have done this earlier. Okay, that's fine. That's much better now. Let's run it and see. There we go. That's how it's looking. Okay, now let's right click in here and let's go to C# script. There, the C# script, I'm going to call that Lotto codes. There we go. And select Lotto code, get it opened. Now the coding environment is ready. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the using Unity UI engine.ui. There, end it with semicolon. Now get rid of all of these. And here I'm going to create public. So I'm going to say the object is a text, and that will be for, let's say, Lotto 1. There we go. That's going to be the first object for Lotto 1. Grab hold of that and press enter. We have Lotto number 2, Lotto 3, 4, 5, and 6. There. Now underneath here, I'm going to create another public variable that but that will be public. That's going to be an integer, and as for the integer, I will just call it number 1 there. So now we need 6 of those as well. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. That is it taken care of. And here, let's write a function. This function is going to be a public function as well, but is going to be, let's give it a name. Let's just give it a name. I'm going to call it generate number. Generate numbers. That is the name. And right inside my generate numbers, I'm going to grab hold of number 1. Now say number 1, that will be equals random dot range, and the range is going to be from between 1 and 59. There we go. That's taken care of. We now want to store whatever value we have in here straight inside this lotto here. So I'm going to come down here. I'll say dot text. Dot text, that will be equals number 1. No, I think I've copied the wrong one. Copy number 1. Paste dot to string. That's it. Done. So I can just copy that for the other 5, the 5 remaining. And scroll up. Paste. That'll be for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. So change this to 2. And this one to 2. 2. We have 3 here. 3, 3, and 3. Then we have 4, 4, and 4 here. We have 5, 5, and 5. Then we have 6 numbers. All right, that is it, all done. Okay, that is it. That's my lines of code for the lottery number generator. First of all, you must make sure you import your using Unity UI. Then declare the following variables. And for the numbers, then that's your lottery number function. There we go. Okay, now let's make sure that is saved. And let's go into our Unity editor. Right here is now compiling. There we go. It's finished compiling. Select this very button. Okay. And now I'm going to attach the codes to the button. There. Once it's attached to the button, all of the declared variables are displayed. Now it's asking me which text box belongs to lotto number 1. The text box belonging to lotto number 1 is right here. IMG lotto 1 TXT lotto number 1. Drag that, dump it right there. We have 1. Then do it for 2. For 3, dump. For number 4, dump it there. Number 5. There we go. Number 6, right there. There, all done. So let's run our program. This is decision time. Click on run. And let's just see how that looks like. Click on that. Nothing is happening. You know why? Because I haven't added an object to it. Okay, make sure your button is selected. Come right here. Okay, inside the inspector, scroll right down. You see the click event. Now click on add. It's asking me what object we want to add. The object is inside BTN Lotto 1. Drag that, dump it right in here. That is added. Now let's add the function to it. Drop it down, and the name of our script is called Lotto. That is it right there. And what we're looking for is the function name is called generate lottery number. There we go. That is it, done. So let's run it now one more time. Run. Click. There we go. Look at it. Oh, I need to position them accordingly. It's working, but it's not well positioned. Look at that. 1 is here. All right. Let's sort out that very error. Now for text number 6, it's right here somewhere. I saw it somewhere here. Yeah, there we go. Number 6. I was meant to move that, place it on top of that. So number 6 should be sorted now. Let's see that. Yeah, you see, there's another one there. I think that might be number 5. I don't know. Check it out. That's number 5 on top of number 5. Let's see number 4. This is 4 on top of that. Let's see 3. Look at where 3 is hiding. Move 3 all the way to 3 here. And number 2. That is number 2. Move number 2 there. There we go. Now run. There, guys, the error is sorted. And that's how you develop your own lottery number generator in C#, with C# using Unity development environment. So if you want to tidy up, you can just select every single component in here. Let's select it all. And you can just bring it a little bit in. There we go. Run one more time. There we go, guys. Click on that. See, this is how you develop your own lottery number generator. And good luck. And please do subscribe to my second channel. This is Paul Oamen, the owner of DJ Oamen's channel. And it's my second channel called Paul Oamen. You all have a nice day now.